Welcome back to Storybook Crochet. In today's video I will be showing you how to create your very own little crocheted fish. This is a no-sew pattern, so it's super easy and it works up very quickly. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced crocheter, this is a step-by-step guide that will walk you through each stitch, giving you all the tips and tricks you need to make your fish look fantastic. So for our materials today, I am using a worsted yarn. This is a weight 4 yarn, and I got this color at Hobby Lobby. I am using a 3.5 or US E-hook. You're going to need a very small amount of white to line the eyes of the fish here, so that's optional if you don't want that look. You're going to need two 12mm safety eyes, a yarn needle, a stitch marker, and then you're going to need some fiber fill to stuff your project with. So let's grab all those supplies and we'll get started. Alright, for today's actual tutorial, I'm going to be using a worsted yarn in a solid color. It's just easier to see the stitches so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, we're going to start out by making a magic ring. So you're going to take your yarn and wrap it around 3 fingers. You're then going to take your hook, go underneath the bottom layer there and grab the top one and pull that up. I then take it off my fingers while still holding it on the hook and chain 1 and then pull that tail out of the loop. Alright, now we can make our single crochets in our magic ring. So we're going to go in to the ring here and then pull up your loop and make your first single crochet by just crocheting around the loop here. And you're going to make 6 single crochets. Alright, as soon as you have those 6 made, you're just going to pull on that tail to close that opening. So for round 1, you have 6 stitches made. Alright, at this point, I'm going to grab my stitch marker here, and I put mine in the last stitch of each round, but some people put theirs at the first. It's up to you on where you prefer that placement to be. So for round 2, we're going to start by making 1 single crochet in the first stitch. So that very first single crochet you made, go into that stitch and make your first single crochet. Alright, after that first one's done, we're going to go into the next stitch and make an increase. So make 2 single crochets in that one stitch. Alright, and then we're just going to repeat that pattern 2 more times. So 1 single crochet, and then increase in the next stitch. And then you'll just do that 1 more time. 1 single crochet, and then increase. Alright, so I'm just going to pull on that tail again to tighten that up, and then you can just kind of pop the tip of the mouth here out so it gets that shape that you're needing. Grab your stitch marker, and for round number 3, we're going to start out by making 2 single crochets. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, and then you'll increase in the third stitch. Alright, and then do that 2 more times. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then increase. And then do that 1 more time. Alright, and that completes round number 3, which will give you a total of 12 single crochets made. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this tail, get that out of my way. Alright, for round number 4, we're going to start with 1 single crochet, and then you're going to increase in the second stitch. And you're just repeat that pattern around, 1 single crochet, and then increase for a total of 6 times. And at the end of round 4, you will have a total of 18 single crochets made. All right, moving on to round number 5, you're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So this round will also have a total of 18 single crochets made. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch, and then I'll meet you back for round number 6. All right, for round 6, this will be our last increase round. We're going to start by making 2 single crochets. So 1 and then 2. And then you're going to increase in the 3rd stitch. So you will repeat this pattern around for a total of 6 times, and this will give you 24 single crochets at the end of round number 6. All right, moving on, for rounds 7 through 11, and that's a total of 5 rounds, you're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So for each of the next 5 rounds, you will have a total of 24 single crochets. So go ahead and complete the next 5 rounds. Again, that's rounds 7 through 11, and then we'll meet back and start on round number 12. All right, now that we're done through round 11, we're going to go ahead and insert our eyes. So you're going to grab your first one, and I like to flatten the piece out with the stitch marker or the last stitch you made at the bottom of the fish. Okay, so once you have that done, you're just going to count up, and we're going to place it in between rows 5 and 6. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then find the middle, and then I go up 1 stitch there. So once you find the middle stitch, just go up 1 and place your first eye. Go ahead and put the back on that. Okay, and then flatten it back out, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go in between 5 and 6, find your middle stitch, and you can kind of look on the other side to make sure they're kind of matching up. And go ahead and insert that eye. And place your back on. And at this point, you can go ahead and add a little bit of fiber fill. So you don't want to overstuff these because you kind of want it a little bit flat. You don't want it completely round. So you're just going to add a little bit of stuffing, maybe about 3/4 of what you normally would. So it kind of flattens out once it's finished. All right, so now we can move on to round number 12. And for this round, we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to start out by making 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and over the next 2 stitches, we're going to make our decrease. So to do this, I go in the front loop only. So instead of going under both, see that V there, you're going to go under just the 1 loop in the very front there, and grab your yarn and pull it through. Then you're going to do the same thing in the next stitch. So just go under that front loop, grab your yarn and pull it through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. All right, and you'll just repeat that pattern around for a total of 6 times. So 2 single crochets, and then decrease, and I'll show you that slowly here. All right, so repeat that around for a total of 4 more times, 6 times total. And at the end of round 12, you will have 18 single crochets made. All right, for round 13, we're going to start by making 1 single crochet in the first stitch. And then we're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. So just like the last round, except you're just making 1 regular single crochet this time. So you'll repeat that a total of 6 times, and this will give you 12 single crochets at the end of round 13. All right, before we move on to round number 14, we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit more fiber fill to fill in the rest of the fish here. Again, do not overstuff this, just about 3/4 of what you would normally use so that you can have a little bit of that flatter appearance, and you can kind of squish it together to make that the shape that you're wanting. Okay, once you have enough of that in, you're going to go ahead and go on to round number 14. And for round 14, we're just going to make decreases around. So you're just going to go into the first stitch and the second stitch and make one decrease. All right, and then you're just going to repeat that around for a total of 6 decreases. And this will give you 6 stitches at the end of round number 14. Once this round's complete, I will show you how to make the tail for the fish. All right, now we are ready to make the tail. So go ahead and flatten it out like you need to. We have 6 stitches left. So what we're going to do is kind of fold it in half, and you're going to match up the first 2 stitches, the middle 2, and the last 2, and we're going to use those to create the tail. So for the first part of our tail, you're going to go through the next stitch and the last stitch that you made for from the last round. Okay, so insert your hook through both of those, and then in this stitch we're going to put several stitches into this same stitch. You're going to start by making a single crochet. So pull that through both and make a single crochet. Next we're going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch there, going through both sides, pull your yarn through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, so far we have a single crochet and a half double crochet. The next step is we're going to make 3 double crochets, all in the same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull that through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. That was 1 double crochet. So then you're just going to make 2 more. All right, once your 3 double crochets are made, you're going to make another half double crochet. All right, and the last stitch is a single crochet. All right, so that makes one side of our tail. So next you're going to go into the 2 matching middle stitches here, and you're just going to make a slip stitch. Okay, and then we're going to repeat what we did in the first 2 stitches in the last 2. So find your last 2 stitches there, and then you're going to go through both, and then you're going to make a single crochet, a half double crochet, 3 double crochets, a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. Once you have all those stitches made, go ahead and go into the same stitch and make a slip stitch, and that will just finish the tail off. And then pull that out, and we're going to go ahead and just cut a shorter tail here, and then finish that off. Pull that tight, and then you can grab your yarn needle and then just weave that through the body. And I just go through several times just to make sure it's good and secure. Alright, so that is finished. Next I'm going to show you how to line the eyes. I did forget to do that when I put the eyes on, so the next one, if you want, you can line the eyes as you go ahead and insert them so that step's done, but I'll show you how to do that if you do it after your body is finished. Okay, so go ahead and grab your white yarn and your needle, and then we can just find a stitch at the bottom of the body here, and then just come up kind of 3/4 the way down this side of the eye. Pull your yarn up, and then I go to the very top of the eye, and then you can insert it to the top of the other eye and then pull that through. Okay, and that's one side done. And then you can insert 3/4 of the way down the side of the second eye, and then you're going to want to come out the same exact hole as your beginning tail here. Okay, and just kind of pull on those a little bit, and that can kind of create a little bit of an indent if you like that look. And then you're just going to tie it on in a knot, and I do about 3 knots here so it's good and secure and it doesn't come undone. Okay, and then cut those both off, and then I use the end of my needle here and just kind of push that through inside the body, and then just kind of squish that so that closes that hole up. Okay, so we now have the fish body done, the tail, and we've lined the eyes, so we're going to do the top fins and the side fins next. Alright, so let's start with our side fins. So we're going to count over from the base of the eye 2 rows. So start here, right where you ended your white yarn, and you're going to count over 1, 2. Then you're going to count down 2 stitches, 1, 2. Once you get to that second one, you're going to insert your hook and then come out the stitch above it. So your hook is inserted like this. Okay, once you have that, you're going to grab your yarn and pull that through and then chain 1. Right, after your chain 1 is finished, we're going to make 4 half double crochets all in that same stitch. So just yarn over, insert like you did to attach your yarn, coming up through that next stitch, grab your yarn. You've got your 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That's your first half double crochet. So now you're just going to make 3 more doing the exact same thing in the exact same stitches. Alright, once you have your 4 made, you're going to go ahead and cut a little bit shorter of a tail, and then just finish that off. Okay, and then you'll just weave both of those in. So this tail, we're going to weave in through the fin itself, just going sideways. So just find your stitches there and weave that through to the other side, and then do the same thing and come back through to the previous side again. Alright, and then just snip that off. And then your beginning tail, you can just weave through the body of the fish. Alright, so that is our first fin done, so we're going to repeat that on the other side. So just turn that over. You're going to start here at the base of your white and count over 2 rows, 1, 2, and down 2 stitches. Insert your hook, grab your yarn and chain 1, and then create your 4 half double crochets. Once those are finished, you'll just weave it in like you did on the other side. So go ahead and finish that, and then I'll show you how to make the top fin to finish off your fish. Alright, so to make our top fin, we're going to go along the top part of our head here, or our body. You're going to count back to 6 rows. So start at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you get to 6, go ahead and insert your hook. That's going to be between rows 6 and 7, and then you're going to come out the next row. Okay, so your hook will be inserted just like this, from front to back is how we're going to work. Alright, so go ahead and grab your yarn and then chain 1. Okay, so we're going to make a single crochet first. So you're going to go through the same way you just did. Out row 6, between 6 and 7, and out through the next row. And you're just going to grab your yarn and pull that through and make a single crochet. So for the next 2 stitches, we're going to go through the next row. So we're going to make 2 half double crochets. So go ahead and yarn over, insert into the next stitch and out the one after that, the next row. pull your yarn through and make 2 half double crochets in that same spot. Alright, once you have your 2 half double crochets, our next is going to be 2 double crochets. So yarn over, and then you're going to go under the next row and make 2 double crochets. Alright, so now we worked over 3 different rows with a single crochet, 2 half double crochets, and 2 double crochets. So for the last row, we're going to work 3 double crochets. Okay, so the top fin has now been worked over 4 different rows along the spine of the fish here. So the last thing we're going to do is go over under the next row here, and you're just going to make a slip stitch, and that will connect the base of that fin. Alright, so now you're just going to pull that tail up and weave in those ends, and then your fish will be finished. Alright, your fish is now finished. Thank you for crocheting with me today. Let me know in the comments below what color you made your little fishy and what you plan on doing with them. I hope you had fun learning how to crochet this adorable little fish. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more crochet tutorials. If you make your own fish, be sure to share it with me on social media. I am on Instagram and TikTok, and also Facebook. I'd love to see all of your creations. Happy crocheting, and I'll see you in the next video. Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me